Hey, Miguel Arati back here with the Cage Rage podcast, and we're going to do a little wage rage. I like to look at the odds every once in a while, see if anything jumps out and anything's interesting. And, we've been talking about the UFC's heavyweight division and how we're waiting on Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar to get announced and stuff. So let's take a look at it, and the odds are out there at some of the books. And Cormier is a big minus 380 favorite. Lesnar's at plus 290 right now. Right now, the book I use is listed as the action has to happen prior to December 31st, so there's really no idea when the landscape, when we might get the fight. There's no venue. With Cormier possibly even being a retirement fight for Cormier, kind of expected to be in a big venue, Madison Square Garden or Vegas, but nothing's set, and if for some reason they decide to do it like in Cormier's hometown or something, those odds may change a little bit. Other than that, I think you're looking at what you're going to get, which is Cormier almost a 4-1 favor. I don't even know if the fight's worth doing. So here's a little bit of what else is going on in the landscape, because the fight hasn't been announced. It sort of is left the rest of the heavyweight division kind of sitting around on pause and waiting and stuff like that. And, you kind of wonder if the fight's going to happen at all. Originally, if you had asked me, 6 months ago when the fight was being talked about before Lesnar was even cleared and stuff, I thought it would be Lesnar who might no-show the fight. At some point, Lesnar, he's got his other career. He's got a pretty good income and a pretty good job over there. And that buzz, he's 40 years old. I would have thought Lesnar was going to be the guy that didn't show up. But Lesnar, throughout the WWE this year, in his limited appearances, he's starting to look more trim, starting to look more fight-ready, so to speak, when we're doing that. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a long time. Anyway, so the point is Lesnar's got his other gig. I thought it was going to be Lesnar no-shows it, but now I'm looking at it, and Cormier, we may have to start thinking about Cormier being the guy that no-shows this fight, because right now he's injured. It might happen in March, but he's been injured. He's suffered from wrist injuries, and now he's got a back injury that he's thinking maybe the fight's in July. So we'll probably get this July with the, July 4th weekend kind of thing. But what if Cormier can't make a July date? And what if Cormier retires without doing another fight because the back just doesn't heal? So then we're left with a real mess in the heavyweight division. I don't know if I want Lesnar in the title plans after that. Do we get Dos Santos versus Stipe Miocic? That might be the most interesting fight for an interim title, for a replacement heavyweight title if Cormier can't compete. It's interesting to me that Cormier might be the guy that can't compete, but at the same time, Cormier's got a lot of miles on his body with a lot of international competition as a wrestler before his UFC career, and those miles add up. He may not heal correctly, he may not feel he wants to, and that level of competition also makes you a guy who says, I don't want to compete unless I'm at my best. So with him being at his best, are we ever going to get Daniel Cormier back at his best? I think this whole title thing is still up in the air. It might be Cormier that can't hold up the end of the bargain. I don't know if they'll present it that way, but it's sure looking that way. For right now, the odds, Cormier favored if they do the fight with Lesnar. I'm still saying somebody should put up odds on whether the fight will happen or not. I'm Miguel Arati for Cage Rage. Ian, Brandon, two UFC veterans watching me. I'm glad to talk to you guys. Hey, see you out there.